Yeah, 570 million cash on the books. So this increased credit facility, in addition to give them some flexibility around the consoles, buy more inventory, etc. Their additional other cash they may have may be freed up to do other stuff. Any number of things, right? They can use it to. Oh, I mean, we like to think that they bought that stock already, but we're not so sure, right? But they could use it. Any cash that they have, it's a little bit fungible, right? Maybe not this credit facility cash, but I believe a good chunk of their cash is fungible, and that it can be used for any number of reasons. In that they could use their stock buybacks, bond buybacks. They could, in theory, as the cash builds up over time. I mean, we talk about what's GameStop going to do over the next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. But really, the super bull thesis with GameStop is 5 years, right? So as this cash builds up, yes, the stock buybacks, yes, the bond buybacks, that's going to influence the short-term moves. But the huge, gigantic GameStop bull thesis, in what I think Cohen is more interested in, is that 5-10 year plan, where they reinvent the business model, right? I talk about that in the videos over and over. And so this is the thing: as this cash builds up, and they get the current cash on the books, but in the free cash flow they generate over the next 12 months, they're going to have this balance sheet to subsidize this vision, that whoever's vision it is, whether it's management's vision, which we presume it is, the board's vision, if Cohen has a new vision, assuming that's even his play, they're going to have the cash to do it. They have the cash to do it. So this credit facility is important because they should be fine come the con. So this was a concern 3 to 6 months ago. People had this concern prior to the bond exchange. I mean, solvency risks, liquidity risks, people talking about bankruptcies. I don't understand. That's off the table. I've been saying that. I've been thinking it for a long time, right? But there's no case to be made on that front. So this is people, like Harsh was just saying, the stock needs to be repriced accordingly. And what happens is, in theory, if it were a perfectly efficient market, right? This is EMH. It should have been happening. It should have been happening incrementally over time. A slightly positive, bullish news release. The price should gradually move up, and then it should kind of get toward fair value. But that's not how the market works, right? That's ridiculous. The market doesn't work that way. The market it takes its time. It takes time to digest stuff, and what happens is the market wakes up one day. They're like, "Oh shit! Oh, did we miss that bull thesis? This whole time we were focused on physical versus digital, blah blah blah, and the data. We missed this huge upside on GameStop reinventing itself, or they didn't take it seriously enough." And what happens is that's what I'm talking about, the inflection point. It feels like it happens overnight, but the thesis has been the same. It's been the same. It's not like without Ryan Cohen joining or without this credit facility that GameStop wouldn't have worked out. It's just now people are coming, they're realizing it, and so this stuff has to be priced in, and that's what Harsh is getting at. Of maybe not a 10% move, but the increase in the shorts. I mean, in the shorts, right? So I'm always focused on the fundamentals. But many other people are focused on shorts. But I have to say, I'm increasingly looking at the short interest. Right? When did I make that post? Did I make that post on? Did I make that tweet on Monday or Tuesday? Where I'm like, I don't understand. This is above my understanding of the markets. Like I'm an individual investor focused on these types of things, right? But the structural marketplace, can these shorts even get out of this position? And so when I think about my bullishness, this is just my opinion, right? Maybe there are people not as bullish as me. That's cool. That's great. Just based on my analysis, and you could take that for what it's with a grain of salt. It doesn't matter. But when I see my bullishness, and I see Burry's bullishness, and I see, potentially Cohen's bullishness, we don't know. We just see that he took a 9% position, 9.6, whatever. When I see that, and I juxtapose it with the level of short interest, like 100% plus, I think, what the hell? How? I don't understand it. This is because of my ignorance. It could be that I'm truly ignorant. You always need to be aware of this, and this is a perpetual concern of an individual investor, that something's going on that maybe you're not dumb, you're just ignorant of what's going on. And that's how I feel about this level of short interest, that there's something going on that I just can't grasp, I can't understand because I'm too far removed from that. But when I see all of our things, and I just think, I have no idea, but I think algorithms maybe have gone awry here on the shorting. Like they were trying to generate that extra income, and short interest is so high, and that's bearish. And I know Barry mentioned the metrics. I talked about that in the stream too. Are there really computer programs out there screwing up the accounting metrics? That's crazy to me, that I would never have believed had Barry not mentioned that. The thought would have crossed my mind, and I would have thought, there's no damn way that could be. And then Barry mentions it, and I think, if the algorithms can mess up that way, right? That you misconstrue the new handling of operating leases, if they think GameStop's way more levered than it actually is, if they can mess that up, can't they mess something like this up and they just start short? That's number one. But then number two is it, even if they did mess up, right? Maybe they just got on the wrong side, but can they get out of the trade? This is what I don't know. They may be able to get out of. Maybe they did go awry, but they can get out of the trade no problem. I have no idea. There's a tremendous amount of volatility. I know people have been talking about the short volume and stuff, but I've looked into that in the past, and I didn't think it was as accurate as people were thinking. But it's I don't know how accurate those figures are. And so because of that, I'm really skeptical. Like, has some short interest been unwound? Some people are saying no, but I don't know, and I don't want to overplay that the short interest is still as high as it was. I don't know. So anyway, that's probably the more important one. Number one, did they mess up the analysis of it? But number two, can they get out of the trade? And if they can't get out of the trade, that's what I'm talking about. That's where I have to take the short squeeze more seriously, but I just don't know. Oh man, everyone's talking here. I'm going on nonstop. My apologies here, huh? What do we got? Harsh Patel, 3 reasons the stock will continue up. 1, earnings beat. 2, bad earnings, but they did stock buyback. 3, bad earnings and no share buyback.